Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the LKCS webinar series. My name is Carl Rebus. I'm the marketing coordinator here at LKCS, and today we'll be talking about social media marketing and specifically how banks and credit unions can get started. Before we get into this, I wanted to take a quick second and formally introduce myself. Again, my name is Carl, and I've been with LKCS for just over 4 months now. While I'm rather new to the company, I do bring with me about 10 years of online marketing experience. I have a background in search engine optimization, online advertising, and of course, social media marketing. The following is my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time and for any reason. So for those of you not familiar with our company and our products and services, here's a rather detailed outline of what we offer. LKCS first began as a commercial printing business in 1961, and since then we've grown to become a provider in really all things that are marketing, design, print, mail, and web. Additionally, it's also worth noting that we specialize in providing design and marketing solutions specifically for financial institutions. While today's conversation is to be fixed on social media, we certainly welcome the opportunity to discuss with you any of these other services we offer should you have a question or interest. On the agenda today will be a brief overview of social media marketing, as well as an outline of several ways banks and credit unions can get started. I will also briefly review our solutions and highlight ways we can assist you with your social media efforts. So let's get started with some of the basics here. What is social media marketing? Here at LKCS, we define social media marketing as the process of using media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to engage current and potential account holders. And it is through this engagement that financial institutions are able to leverage their efforts into real value. First and foremost, it's important to understand that social media marketing is permission-based. Unlike traditional marketing strategies, in order for social marketing to work for your audiences must first elect to participate. Social media is about engagement and conversation. Social media communities must first be built. This isn't exactly a direct mail campaign. This isn't like a direct mail campaign, where one can simply purchase a list of names and addresses. Unless you're actively building your online communities, you might as well be talking to yourself, and in some sense you would be. Last, contrary to popular belief, social media is not a set it and forget it type marketing strategy. It takes a team of individuals and their time to build and monitor a social marketing campaign. The social media landscape is huge, and because of this, it has the potential to be a little overwhelming when it comes to selecting when and where to be. There are many different social media platforms available for marketing purposes. Most of us will no doubt be familiar with channels such as Facebook and YouTube, but how about Flickr, Delicious, and Vine? There are literally over 100 social media channels, and the number of opportunities continue to grow. Some social media channels are device-specific and may only work for desktop, tablet, or a mobile phone. Obviously, depending on what your institution is wishing to accomplish, this is something you're going to want to consider. Another thing to consider are the kinds of content you plan to share. Will you be sharing detailed articles, the occasional photo, or even a short video? Most social media channels have limitations regarding the types of content you can share, and so this is another thing you're going to want to look into and make sure that you select the channels that fit that. The value of social marketing. At some point, you've no doubt asked if social media is worth it. Does it have value? Well, we know that it does. Being active in social media has the potential to bring a lot of value to the table, especially for financial institutions. What that value is, however, is something only you can determine. For example, one institution may use social media for the sole purpose of attracting new account holders, while another may use it as a sales channel or a means of publishing current promotions. Other institutions may use social media to increase brand awareness or to improve their search engine positioning, to strengthen account holder relationships, to help with your customer service efforts, or to assist with monitoring your online reputation. Why is social marketing so effective? Social marketing is effective for a couple of reasons. It has a low-cost barrier to entry, social media is popular with individuals of all ages and backgrounds, and for the most part, participating on the social web is fun and easy. However, I believe the primary reason for why it's effective is because social marketing is permission-based. It is based on the same key principles that make email marketing so effective, having permission to engage account holders and other industry followers directly and with relevant and timely information. Social media allows your institution the opportunity to connect with individuals that are, for the most part, interested in learning more about the products you offer and the communities you serve. It's this idea of selling to people who wish to be sold to that makes social media so effective. Social media gives financial institutions a voice and a way to communicate with account holders. It personalizes your brand and helps you to spread your message in a relaxed and conversational way. Additionally, banks and credit unions are able to develop long-lasting relationships with customers, create trust, build brand awareness, and greatly improve the chances of generating new business. So the question we hear quite often, and the basis for this presentation, is how do we get started with social media marketing? First and foremost, creating a successful social media marketing strategy, one that helps banks and credit unions to meet their needs and goals, is not going to be an easy task. Nor should one think it to be. If your goal is to simply set up a profile and then minimize your efforts to a mere 5 or 10 minutes a day, then it's best to stop now and not even get started. You'll be saving yourself time and future displeasure. The truth is, social marketing can be difficult and it may require the diligent hard work of many. The following is a list of 6 steps for getting started. First, you'll need to determine your goals for using social media and outline what it is exactly that you wish to accomplish. Determine which social media channels to use. Are you going to use Facebook, Twitter, or both to reach your target audience? Another step is to build your social media team and determine who is going to be responsible and for what. Design your social media profiles. This is the process of establishing a look and feel that best matches your bank or credit union's brand. Build your social media communities. Look, this isn't the field of dreams and you're not Kevin Costner. You shouldn't simply expect to build your social media profiles and have an instant group of fans awaiting your every post. Building a community takes time and you should be ready for that. The last step is to simply be social. That is to post and respond often. Let's take a look at each of these steps individually. Step 1, outline clear goals. For most, participating on the social web is fun, and therefore it is addicting. It's extremely easy to get excited, even sidetracked, and run off on working on a fun project. Therefore, it's imperative that financial institutions outline their core social marketing goals prior to even getting started, and then revisit them frequently as to ensure that both time and effort aren't being wasted. Defining what social media success is, as well as different ways for obtaining it, will ultimately differ from bank to bank and credit union to credit union. However, the one thing that remains consistent, regardless of the institution or project, is the need to have clear goals. Having a precise understanding of what you'd like to accomplish with your social media project before actually starting one will go a long way in helping you stay on track. The one goal that most institutions will have in common is to increase business either through current account holders or by signing on new ones. Traditionally, this is done through the sharing of new service announcements or specialty loan rates and promotions. Another goal that most will have is to increase brand awareness and exposure. Social media is a great way to spread the good word about your financial institution and directly to those that matter most. Increasing account holder appreciation is another goal that one might have. Using social media to increase the level of admiration that customers have for your institution can easily transition itself into new business. Traditionally, this can be accomplished by educating your account holders through the sharing of helpful tips, tricks, and information. Obviously, there can be any number of reasons for wanting to be on social media. Defining what these reasons are beforehand will certainly help. Step 2, determine which social media channels to use. Like most marketing strategies, social media marketing begins with a plan. Jumping into social media and simply posting everything everywhere is not a valid approach. Instead, you'll need to determine which channels are worth your attention by first learning which your target audience prefers using. Obviously, it's going to do you no good to maintain a Twitter profile if your core audience happens to be using, let's say, Facebook or LinkedIn. A couple of key ideas to consider are: be selective. As I've just mentioned, being where your target audience is not does zero good. Determine which social sites your account holders use and begin with those. If there's a specific group or seg that you're trying to capture, identifying the social sites they use will also help. Also, you want to make sure that you're not overreaching and taking on more than your team can handle at any one point. It is better to do a great job of managing one or two social media channels than an average or poor job managing multiple accounts. The idea is to start small and then go from there. Our recommendation to most clients is to first look to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and even creating your own blog prior to any of the other channels. Again, which ones you select will be determined by your social media goals and the audience that you wish to attract. However, we found that many of our clients end up choosing one or more of these as a starting point. Why do we recommend Facebook? Facebook, for those of you who may not know, is a very popular social networking site whereby users are able to share bits and pieces of their lives with others through status updates, photos, and videos. We recommend Facebook because, in all honesty, it is the 800-pound gorilla in the social media room. Facebook is the largest social networking site on the web, and it would seem that everyone and their brother is on Facebook. Additionally, it is reported that 80% of all people who use social media use Facebook as their preferred method for connecting with brands and businesses. A few key statistics that you might be interested in: Facebook currently has 1.15 billion registered users, and of those users, 58% return daily. 23% of all users check their account 5 times per day. I'm sure some of you have even checked your account once or twice during this presentation. And probably the most shocking of all stats I was able to find: 1 out of every 7 minutes spent online is spent on Facebook. Now that's just crazy. The moral of this story is that Facebook is big and has the potential to be a great resource for your financial institution. With that said, Facebook offers banks and credit unions the option of creating a Facebook page. This is a place to connect with your target audiences and engage them with relevant content. Also, Facebook provides page owners the opportunity to advertise to specific audiences through their ad platform. Facebook's ads use a combination of unique targeting metrics like age, sex, and location, for example, to put your ad in front of the right people. LinkedIn is a social networking website for professionals. LinkedIn users are able to share the details of their professional employment, essentially like an online resume, and share content that is relevant to their business and industry. It is reported that 61% of people use LinkedIn as their primary professional networking site. If your bank or credit union is interested in growing your commercial lending opportunities, then LinkedIn might be that social network for you. As far as marketing opportunities go, LinkedIn is similar to that of Facebook. It offers banks and credit unions the ability to create a branded profile page and then partake in an ad platform that is uniquely targeted. For example, let's say that you only want your ads to display in front of those individuals who own their own business and live in and around your target markets. This type of targeting is possible with LinkedIn, and it's relevant because these are the very people who are mostly likely to come and ask you for a commercial loan. Most of you have probably heard of Twitter. However, I'm betting that very few are likely using it. For those of you not aware, Twitter is a microblogging site whereby users are able to post text updates using only 140 characters or less, and that is to anyone that wishes to follow them. Depending on the exact audience you're trying to reach, Twitter may be a great fit. It is reported that 40% of Twitter users are 25 years old or younger. This creates a great opportunity for your institution to get in front of a younger audience. A few interesting stats: Twitter currently has 500 million registered users, and over half of them are said to be active users at least once a month. There are 11 accounts added every second, or nearly 1 million new accounts per day. And all of this activity equates to around 340 million status updates per day. With that said, Twitter offers financial institutions the option of creating a profile, which again is where you would post your content or connect with like-minded people. YouTube is likely another social media site that needs little introduction. However, for argument's sake, I'll define YouTube as a video sharing website whereby users are able to upload videos of all sorts. One interesting stat that really puts things in perspective is that YouTube is often considered the second largest search engine in the world behind that of Google. What makes this interesting is that YouTube, again, is a video sharing website and not a search engine. This makes it a perfect platform for answering account holder questions through video or visually demonstrating how to do something. For example, there are over 5,000 video results on YouTube for the phrase, how to balance a checkbook. If you have the team and the resources to utilize YouTube in such a way, we certainly recommend doing so. YouTube attracts on average around 4 billion video views per day. There's an hour of video uploaded to YouTube every second. And interestingly enough, there are over 700 videos shared every minute on Twitter, which goes to show you how important cross-promotion between social channels can be. As far as marketing capabilities go, YouTube allows users the ability to create what is called a channel. This is their version of a page where banks and credit unions are able to share their videos and engage their audiences. Additionally, sharing of videos across other social media websites and even on your own website is made easy. For all intents and purposes, a blog can take many forms and become many things. However, for the purpose of promoting your institution, a blog is a place where you can post the content of your choosing, whether it be a long, detailed article, a collage of photos, or a short video. In most cases, your blog will become an extension of your website, whereby it appears on the same domain. Overall, blogging is quick and easy and more controlled way to be social and engage an online community. With a blog, you would be able to control 100% of its design and wouldn't have to worry about not being able to post specific types of content. Also, blogs provide a home base for your content or a place to link back to. This is important because what if tomorrow we all woke up and there was no Facebook? First of all, my wife would be extremely upset, but if this were to happen, and one day it could, your institution would be without your community and all the content you've shared thus far. For this reason, we recommend that you consider maintaining a blog, building out its own unique community, and sharing some of the more important pieces of content that your team creates. Step 3, build your social media team. Your institution's social media efforts should not fall onto one person's shoulders. Instead, to be successful, you should consider putting together a diverse team of individuals that can help share the responsibilities of a social marketing campaign. To do this, you'll need to first select your team and then determine who's to be responsible and for what. A few of the key roles that you might want to consider are branch reps. Depending on how many branches your bank or credit union has, you may want to assign one person at each branch to be a rep. This person is to be responsible for keeping the team in the loop with the different news and happenings at their branch. Ideally, branch reps will share this information with your content developers, who will then create any required posts. A content developer is the person or people responsible for creating the content that is to be shared on your profiles. A response team or a responder is the person or people responsible for monitoring and responding to your page's activity, such as comments or questions. Depending on the size of your operation, you may also wish to have one person be your social media coordinator. This person is to be responsible for organizing all of your team's efforts and ensure that project tasks are getting completed. The last role you should look to fill is a manager or an authority person. This is a person that isn't necessarily in the loop on all things, but one that can be contacted in the event decisions need to be made, and quickly. For example, if you should have a negative comment go live from an irate account holder, you may need someone who can advise you on how to address this particular situation. One last thing I want to mention is that it's certainly not imperative to hire new people to meet these new responsibilities. In most cases, you'll be able to assign one or all of these new roles to individuals who are already on your staff. Step 4, design your social media profiles. Social media profiles should be unique, and more importantly, they should coincide with your institution's branding goals. You should never opt for using standard templates or imagery when customization is an option, and in most cases, it will be an option. Be sure to integrate your bank or credit union's branding. Find ways of incorporating your logo, color schemes, taglines, and any other icons or imagery. Complete all relevant about information. Most social media sites will allow you to provide detailed information pertaining to your institution, such as a bio, a description, hours of operation, and which specific products and services you provide. You should make every attempt to complete as much of this as possible. Be flexible and adapt. Design restrictions may come and go at the social media site's content. It's important to realize that you really have no control over what design and branding opportunities you have now and in the future. Take, for example, Facebook's cover photo option. This is that web banner that spans across the top of every Facebook profile. This is a relatively new feature that was added only a couple of years ago, but when this feature went live, every Facebook page needed to be updated or it risked looking dormant and outdated. For this reason, you'll need to be flexible with your design and adapt with each new release. To give you a little idea about some of what I had just mentioned, this is an example of a Facebook page design we did for our client, North Central Bank. We've actually got a couple of things going on here. First, we incorporated their bank's logo. This is the page's profile image and will be also used to display and displayed alongside each of their posts and updates. Second, we designed for them a great-looking cover photo that also features their time after time tagline. This is the same tagline that they use in all of their other marketing and promotions. Next, we were able to configure their page to display key about information directly under their logo. Here you'll see the address, phone number, and today's business hours. Additionally, we created 2 custom section pages, one featuring a complete list of branch locations and hours, and one promoting their Superstar Savers program. If you were to click either of these icons, you would arrive on a unique page with their pertinent details and all from within Facebook. Lastly, you may have noticed that in all of these areas we try to incorporate the bank's color scheme and branding whenever possible. So this is an example of the LKCS LinkedIn page, and more or less we took the same similar approach. First, we used LKCS's logo at the top of the page as our profile image. For our cover photo, we incorporated imagery that is relevant to our brand. This is actually a photo of the front of our office building, which is quite recognizable in our city and surrounding areas. Lastly, when prompted, we included detailed information about the products and services we provide, and that information is shared randomly throughout our profile. Step 5, build your social communities. Your goal is to build a community of people who actually want to receive your updates and will respond the way you need them to. These people can be employees, account holders, potential account holders, and members of your local communities. Essentially, anyone that is or may one day become a customer at your bank or credit union is someone you're going to want in your online community. A couple of key ideas. It's not about quantity, but quality. In my opinion, people get too obsessed with counts. It does no good to have 10,000 followers or Facebook or Twitter, on Facebook and Twitter if none are your target audience. Communities aren't built overnight. It takes a lot of time and effort to create a relevant social media following. My advice is to be patient. It's going to happen. Social media profiles need to be marketed. Just as you would promote your physical branch locations, your online channels also need promotion. That is, if you expect people to walk through the door, so to speak. The following are a few ideas that your marketing teams can implement when getting started with your community building efforts. Encourage employee likes and follows. So this is pretty simple, right? Inform your employees, management right on down to the front desks of your new social media pages. Inform them of your goals and ask them to join your communities. Not only will this help you to grow your audience directly, but indirectly, their liking your page will be seen by their friends, which can result in those friends joining as well. Add social media icons to your website. This is another simple strategy whereby you include the icons of your social media pages directly on your website. We've all seen them before. These are the little Facebook and Twitter icons that appear on the top and bottoms of the sites we visit. This is an effective way to drive traffic to your social media profiles. In-house marketing materials. These would be your flyers, your teller handouts, posters, basically anything you can do at your branches to help generate awareness is something you should do. This is a great opportunity to solicit some of the foot traffic that is moving through your lobbies. E-statement inserts. I'm sure most of you already include advertising and announcements with your statements. Including promotion here and there, highlighting your social media pages is a great way to create awareness among your account holders and grow your following. Direct mail and email marketing campaigns. Account holders make the very best community members. There's no doubt to that. You have their addresses and can quickly, easily, and cheaply use them to market your new social profiles. A campaign can be as simple as sending a simple message suggesting that they check out your new pages. Social media advertising. As I mentioned earlier, a few of the social media sites offer advertising solutions. Facebook, for example, has an amazing platform that allows advertisers to target users in a lot of different ways. You can use these platforms and unique targeting features to advertise your pages and solicit new and relevant community members. Step 6, be social. Post and respond often. So simply having a social media account is not enough. Your bank or credit union will need to post quality content often and continually monitor your page and respond to questions, comments, and any other interactions from your communities. In most cases, we recommend our clients post a couple of times per week on average, and that they do so during business hours. However, with that said, you should certainly post as often as it makes sense to do so. If that means some weeks are heavier or lighter than others, then so be it. What should you post? Sharing different types of content will keep your profiles fresh and your online communities happy. Consider posting news that is specific to your bank or credit union. This can be updates pertaining to the launch of a new product or service, or even a policy, or even updates specific to your branches, such as a change in hours or even announcements pertaining to new hires, retirees, and employee promotions. Since your target audience is primarily those living within the communities you service, sharing information about these communities becomes relevant. Therefore, we recommend posting about local news and happenings as well. One of the main reasons people will join your online community is to learn from you. You can share specific details about your products, services, and features in a sort of product-like spotlight fashion. Additionally, you can also share financing and banking or tips, articles, and news. Promotions are another reason for why people will follow your social media account to learn what you have on sale. For a bank or a credit union, this means posting about your low interest loan rates and special promotions such as skip a payment or back to school lending options. And last, don't be afraid to touch on non-bank topics every once in a while. Posting about current events is a great way to stay relevant on what's going on in the world, and it's very simple it's a very simple way to create engagement. So how should you respond to comments and questions? In my opinion, regardless if the interaction is positive or negative, you should always respond and do so with a smile. Responding to positive comments can be as simple as saying thank you, and to negative comments as easy as apologizing and asking how can we help. With regards to posting content, I wanted to share this little tip. Develop a post strategy. A post strategy, when implemented correctly, will help your team to remain prepared and organized. Essentially, the idea is to create your content ahead of time and schedule when each piece is to go live. So a post strategy can be as simple or detailed as you'd like it to be or need it to be. This is an example of a post strategy that we created for a client, whereby the goal is to simply outline which posts are to be published, when, and across which social media channels. As you can see, we took the calendar approach and tried to keep things simple, clean, and easy. Also, each social site is color-coded differently for easy browsing. A strategy built in this way will allow your bank or credit union the ability to plan weeks or even months in advance. This is another look at what your post strategy could be. In this example, we use an Excel spreadsheet to build a more detailed calendar for our client's Twitter campaign. This strategy features the month, day, and time of day for each post that is to go live. By the way, the time of day in this example is represented by the M and the A in the fourth column. This stands for morning and afternoon. Additionally, we were able to include the exact verbiage that is to be posted, and this made posting to Twitter much easier for our client because all they had to do was copy and paste from this document. Also, because we used Excel, we were able to plan out a strategy for an entire year in advance. Again, these are just examples. Your strategy can be tailored to meet your needs. You can have basically anything that you need on it. So just to recap the finer points of the last few slides, being active on social media means a lot of things. Primarily, banks and credit unions should expect to connect with their target audiences. This means having to first build your communities and then engage them. You should also expect to publish content and often. Your content should be relevant, useful, and if at all possible, personal. Last, you should expect to listen. You'll need to dedicate time to monitoring and responding to the activity that appears on your page. So some of you are no doubt wondering how LKCS can help you with your social media efforts. The following is a list of our key solutions, which include account setup. This is where our team will create your profiles and edit your page's settings to meet your needs. We can assist with profile design. We have a team of designers that can develop the necessary images needed to create a branded look. We provide daily management. This is a service where we essentially become an extension of your team and manage the day-to-day operations of your social media campaign on your behalf. We offer social media training. If your team is new to the world of social media, we can offer an in-depth and personalized training session. We can help with your community building strategies. We have a number of ideas and solutions available to help you grow your communities, some of which I've shared earlier. And last, we can manage your social media advertising. I didn't really get into this too much, but there is a lot that can be done to advertise your products and services and drive traffic to your social media pages and your website. Lastly, I want to point out that we do specialize in design and marketing for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and blogging, but that doesn't mean that we can't help you should you have other ideas or needs outside of these channels. Certainly, we'd appreciate you keeping LKCS in mind when launching or refining your social media projects. We'd love the opportunity to assist you in any way that we could. And if you enjoyed this webinar or wish to learn additional ways LKCS can help you in your marketing efforts, please join us on October 9th for our next presentation titled Power of the Pre-Screen. Our Vice President of Business Development, Sid Haas, will be discussing new and creative ways for growing your loan business through credit prospecting. You can register now at www.lk-cs.com/webinar. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for attending this brief presentation on social media marketing. I hope that I was able to give you some insight on how your bank or credit union can get started. And if you haven't done so already, I do hope that you'll make the decision to add social media to your overall marketing mix. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Feel free to submit them using the question text box provided. Again, thanks for attending.